And after reading the ending for this, let's just dive into this one and see what I think. There are specific nicknames I like and don't like. Over 500 pages? I'm like, girl. Hello reader friends, and welcome back to another fully booked vlog. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different because we are doing a bit of a reading challenge where I have one of my bookish friends pick what I read. And for today's video, Keertana Reads is going to be the one picking the books that I read, which I'm still a little nervous for what she's going to give me. This is going to be interesting because, as you guys know, I tend to read a lot of no spice to closed door romances. I also like literary or contemporary fiction, and she's kind of on a different end of the spectrum where she reads a lot more heavier, spicier romances, dark romance, a lot of romantasy. So I think we have different book tastes, which is also going to make this video again interesting and fun. But anyways, let's just actually get into this video and let's give her a call and see what books she has actually picked for me. Okay, I'm ready now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I picked 3 books, but all 3 are romances. One is a fantasy. But
okay.
I don't know. These are some of my favorites, so I think you like them. The fantasy I picked, I know it's on your TBR, so I think you'll really like it.
Okay.
It's Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber.
Okay.
So you can read the first one and decide if you want to continue or no. That's on you. But I think you'll really like it. I feel like it's your vibe.
Okay.
So I think you should try it.
I've been thinking about it recently that I need to read Stephanie Garber, so this is the push.
I really think you like it, and it's not like too heavy on the fantasy. It's more of like a really cutesy story. Like it's just cute, and it's YA. So I feel like you like it. So that's the first book I picked.
Actually, question though, have you only read that one, or have you read Caraval?
No, I haven't.
Well?
So the thing is, have you?
I haven't read either. Just I've heard different opinions on the reading order.
Yeah, so a lot of people say you should read Caraval before Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I also know a lot of people who have read Once Upon a Broken Heart and loved it without even knowing that they're missing anything. So I read it. What I did is I just Googled what do I need to know from Caraval before like Once Upon a Broken Heart, and like some 2-3 points came up which I read, and then I read Once Upon a Broken Heart. But I still think you could go into it like without reading. Like it doesn't really matter. Whatever you need to know, they kind of explain it in this book also.
Okay.
So it's like fine.
Okay, I'm excited then.
Then I picked this because I don't think I've read anything by this author, and I really think she writes some amazing romances. So I picked Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Have you read it?
Okay. No, I haven't read anything Lauren Asher.
Good, because I thought you hadn't read anything by Lauren Asher. I love all her like series, but I really like the Lakefront Billionaire series. This one, the first one is Love Redesigned. It's a really nice enemies to lovers. I think you'll like it. It does have some spice in it, but like it's like Windy City and stuff. You like Windy City, right?
Yeah, I did like that.
So yeah, so I think you should be fine. The stories are really, really cute. So I think you'll like it. I don't know. But yeah, let's see what you think. And you haven't read this author, so I thought somebody new for you. Third one is, I think, the most out of your comfort zone. I actually thought the fantasy would be most out of your comfort zone. But I also realized from your Goodreads, you haven't read any cowboy romances at all.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you Flawless by Elsie Silver.
Okay.
You have to read Elsie Silver and you have to read cowboy romances. So that's the third one I picked because I asked you and you said you hadn't read Elsie Silver either. I wanted to go with Rose Hill series, but then I thought that would be too similar to the Lauren Asher one. So, and you hadn't read any cowboy romances, so I thought you should try Flawless. I think this will be the most out of your comfort zone, and this is the one that I'm most, I don't know what you'll think about it kind of feel. Like I don't know if you like it, but I don't know, something new, right? So
I was thinking about trying Elsie Silver again. I think I actually did try to read Flawless at one point, and then I put it down, but I wanted to give it a try again.
Yeah, so my personal favorite is the second book, but I can't give you the second book directly because you don't want to read out of order. Though you can if you totally want to, because they're not really that connected. I mean, it's the same family, but they're all interconnected standalones, right? But Flawless is, I mean, it's the gateway into it. It's fun. It's like cute. And since you haven't read cowboy romances, I think maybe you should try. And Elsie Silver is amazing.
Okay. Actually, I thought you were gonna give me something more out of left field. I was wondering if you were gonna give me like any like dark romances or anything.
I thought
To be,
about
like,
it, but I
totally-
really don't think you will like it. So I'm
Okay.
just like, you know.
Okay.
That's why I said I was being very nice. I
Nice,
wanted to
okay.
books that I thought you would like.
Actually, I'm excited now. These are pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't want to
Pretty
give you
face.
dark romance because I feel like you're just gonna wanna like not wanna read it, and I don't want to traumatize you, to be honest, because I read some really dark stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some of the other books you pick up. I'm like, I don't know if I would pick that up.
Yeah, because you told me you read Megan Quinn and you don't think anything is spicier than that. So I was like, yeah, Megan Quinn is like tame. It's like
Yeah,
maybe
compared
2
to
or
the
3
other
spice
side.
level for me.
Yeah.
So I gave you nice choices, I think.
Okay.
The only
Yeah.
thing I'm iffy about is Flawless. But I really think you should read the Chestnut Spring series, so you have to start with that. You have no other option.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just got back from the library because all of my holds ended up coming through for the 3 books that she picked out for me. Also, can we just admire the height difference between Once Upon a Broken Heart versus the other 2? But anyways, I feel like it really doesn't matter which of these that I start with because they pretty much all have romance. But having said that, seeing as I've been reading a lot of real world contemporary romances and I feel like I need something a little bit different, I am going to be starting with Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm excited for this one because she did say that she thinks it's the one that I'm going to like the most out of the 3 that she picked for me. And I feel like I'm excited to dive back into something a little more fantasy because I haven't read one for a while. And I've heard this one is also more fairy tale-esque, which makes it a little bit more digestible, which is good for someone like me who's still not primarily a fantasy reader, if you guys can't tell. With that, let's get into the first book that she picked for me and see what I think. So I know you guys were probably waiting for a bunch of reading updates from me on this book, and I kid you not when I tell you that it has been less than 2 days since I started this, and I have flown through this book. It's been so easy to read, and I'm pretty much almost done by now. So I figured, why not just finish the rest of this book on camera with you and then let you guys know what I'm thinking. I literally have less than 50 pages left, so I definitely will be able to finish this pretty quickly this morning. It's actually kind of funny because I'm technically supposed to be filming a podcast episode right now, but I didn't realize until I sat down to film that my mic battery was dead. So I'm waiting for that to charge, and I figured since I need to kill some time, I might as well finish this book. Yeah, anyways, let's finish Once Upon a Broken Heart together, and I will let you guys know what I think. So I just finished Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I have to say, I really underestimated the value of a good cliffhanger ending, and after reading the ending for this, I just really need to know what happens in the next book, so needless to say, I will be continuing this series. Overall, this was just such a lovely and whimsical read. Like, the way she's able to describe characters and setting was just so lovely to read. I feel like I could really picture every single setting that was described in this story. The only other thing that I'm going to say about this book for now is that while I did really enjoy it, it definitely did read very YA throughout the whole thing, which shouldn't really surprise me because I still pick up a bunch of YA romances from time to time, but I guess there's just something about reading a YA fantasy that just hit a little bit differently and reminded me why I'm not necessarily gravitating towards the YA genre overall, which is weird because, again, I still had a really good time with this book, but it just read really young. I do feel like I need a little bit of time to reflect and sit with that book for a bit. In the meantime, out of the 2 other books that we have to read for this vlog, I feel like future me might have some regrets about this, but I'm just really excited to dive into the Chestnut Springs series, and so I think I'm gonna pick up Flawless next and give Elsie Silver a second chance. I did try to pick this up, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, but I just never really got into it then, so since I have to read this one anyways, now is the perfect time to give her another chance. Honestly, I really don't know anything about this first book in particular, except that, again, it is the start of the Chestnut Springs series, or interconnected standalones, and of course, it's a cowboy romance. So with that, let's just dive into this one and see what I think of my first cowboy romance. If my hair looks a little wet, it's because I just took a shower and I'm about to start winding down for the night. But I thought now would be a good time to give you guys a reading update because I'm actually going through this book pretty quickly. I just reached the halfway mark. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I still don't have too much to remark on because it's kind of living up to my expectations. So far for me, I feel like it's just kind of a fun time. I'm kind of just trying to go along for the ride. One thing I will say is that I am enjoying the cowboy aspect of it, which makes sense because this is my first cowboy romance, so it is something that is a little bit new and exciting for me. But other than that, I'm not sure what exactly I'm enjoying about this book. I feel like the writing style is kind of typical for this subgenre of romance. It's not exactly speaking to me as a reader. Also, I just want to say to Keertana for when you're watching this afterwards, I am so sorry. I do really want to be enjoying this book a bit more, but yeah, there's just something about it that it's not quite for me. It could also be the types of trope that are in this book specifically. And one thing I'm starting to realize is that there are specific nicknames I like and don't like, and to be honest, Princess is not one of them. Having said all this, one thing I am liking so far, because we have reached a certain point in the book where we're starting to get a little bit more emotional depth between the characters, even just the slightest bits, and I actually feel like the two of them are communicating in a fairly healthy way compared to some other romance books I've been reading lately where, like I said, we go around in circles, but I actually feel like they're being fairly open with each other, but also allowing each other space if the other needs it. So I'm hoping to see more of that as this book goes on because I am really enjoying that and that aspect of their romance and romantic progression. Anyways, I am so hungry right now. It's been a long day, so I'm gonna go heat up my dinner. We're just gonna have a cozy night because I'm home alone right now. Hopefully I'll have some time to continue reading this for a bit, and yeah, I will just be back when I have another reading update for you guys. So I actually ended up finishing Flawless a bit faster than I thought, and I didn't really have much to share with or update you guys because I read a good chunk of the book on audio. I will say I was actually pleasantly surprised by how much more I enjoyed the second half of this book. I feel like there was a lot more happening in terms of plot and character development. It almost kind of made me wish that she had thrown in a bit more of that in the first half because if I'm gonna be honest, if you guys couldn't tell from the last update that I gave, I wasn't enjoying the first half of this book as much, and if I'm gonna be completely honest, if this were not for a reading video, I probably would have DNF'd this book by the 50% mark. But I'm actually glad that I decided to stick it out because the book ended up being more enjoyable than I thought it would be. Having now finished Flawless, I still would say it was kind of what I expected, a bit of a brain break for me compared to some of the other books I've been picking up. And for now, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna continue the whole interconnected standalone in order or if I'm just gonna pick the ones I want to read. So far, I am interested in reading Jasper, Beau, or Theo's stories. I think I'm just gonna sit on it a bit more and we'll just see what I think later on. Now that we're done Flawless, we can finally move on to the last book for this reading vlog, which is gonna be Love Redesigned. I feel like this is the book and the author that I know the least about, because all I really know of Lauren Asher is that she's written this series, the Lakefront Billionaire series, and she's also written the Dirty Air series, which is an F1 sports romance. I believe Keertana was also telling me that Lauren Asher is one of her favorite romance authors, so I'm curious to see what I end up thinking. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, one thing I've hardly noticed about picking up this book is that she is quite chunky. I was actually doing a page count last night to see how long this is, and this book is over 500 pages. I'm not really a fan of long romance books. For me, I feel like 300 to 400 pages is about the sweet spot. So over 500 pages, I'm like, girl. So I'm definitely a little bit nervous going into this and seeing what it's actually about, because I feel like on average, it takes me about 3 to 4 days to finish a romance book, but seeing how chunky this one is, I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to get through, so we're going to have to see. I am going out for lunch in a couple hours with family, so I'm going to be out today, so I'll probably have to wait a bit to start this book, but I do already have the audiobook downloaded, so I have everything ready to go. I will meet back with you guys in a bit when I have the first reading update. So it hasn't been that long since I started this book, but I was able to get to page 150 as of last night, so I figured now is a good time to do a reading update. Honestly, I don't have much to say right now because I'm not really enjoying this book. I feel like plot-wise, because it's a longer romance book, we are moving a little bit more slowly. The only thing we'll say is that I didn't know that both of our characters are from some sort of Latin American background. I actually can't remember if she's already said already in the story. She also uses a lot of Spanish words and translates them in little footnotes in the bottom of the book, which is kind of cool because I personally don't know a lot of Spanish. One more note I want to add is that I feel like so far this book is more telling and not showing, because I feel like the writing style and the way the story is being told right now is very much we're just either in the present or whatever past moment we're reliving with these characters, and we hear their dialogue, maybe a couple of their inner thoughts that they're having in that very present moment. But I feel like beyond that, we're not really getting much description of how the characters are actually thinking, feeling, processing on a more holistic level. Actually, I don't even know if that's the right term or what I'm trying to say right now. But anyways, I'm going to try my best to continue on, and hopefully I will have a better reading update the next time I talk to you guys. It is many days later since I last talked to you guys. I know I didn't have too much exciting to show you because I was mostly listening to the audiobook of this one, which, by the way, did make this book go by a lot faster and was really helpful for me because I feel like I just wasn't reading as much when I was trying to read on Kindle or the physical book. I don't know when the last time I picked up physical copy honestly was. Today is now Sunday afternoon, and I have a little bit of time to sit down and read before having dinner, so I think I'm going to do that. I have less than 50 pages left. So yeah, I think now's the time to finally just sit down and finish Love Redesigned. All I can say about this book is that I feel like I'm at the point where I don't really know what's going on in the story. There's so much that happened in the middle that felt like side plot. Like I didn't really know how it quite related to the rest of the plot and the romance. I don't know what it was for me that I just didn't really enjoy a lot of the middle of this book, which was not good considering that this was a 500 plus page romance. But anyways, I'm not going to say too much more. Let's just finish reading the rest of this. So I purposely didn't tell you guys what I thought of the last book because we're going to go through all three of them now. But first, I have someone here with me. Everyone say hello.
Hi.
And I'm going to tell her in more detail what I thought about all three of the books that she picked for me. Okay, are you ready?
I'm so excited to know because these are some of my favorite books and I don't think she feels the same.
Okay, so actually I'm gonna go a little bit out of order from what I showed you guys, and you're gonna see why, I guess, in a minute. So let's actually start with Flawless, and actually first, what do you think I rated this?
I mean, I feel like from when you were reading it, you were telling me you kind of liked it and stuff, so I think I'm gonna go 4. No? Yes?
I ended up giving this 3.25.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I think there were just some parts, like, that I'm biased because I don't love the spice, and then like, sometimes when the spice starts happening near, like, the end of the book, it's kind of like ruining the rest of the romance for me.
The spice is ruining...
Like, because, I don't know, because I liked some of the scenes where they were just, like, getting to know each other, and they were, like, connecting in, like, different ways, and then it just be, like, you know, getting to the spice and, like, heating up, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it now. Like, I want to see, like, more of, I don't know, like, the other stuff and how they're actually, like, bonding versus they're just lusting after each other. Like, this is like the issue I have. These types of books, I'll be, like, enjoying it, and then, yeah.
That's I mean, that's valid, I guess, but the thing is, like, most spicy books are like that, right?
Yeah,
like, I
that's
feel
the
like,
thing.
yeah.
It is.
That's like a whole part of it. And I get that because you don't generally read spice, so I feel like, yeah, you're kind of missing the more connection part of it, but I guess. I mean, I don't know. In my defense, I just wanted her to read Elsie Silver because I think Elsie Silver is amazing and she hadn't read her before. And I love Heartless and Reckless in the series, but she didn't want to read out of order, so I had to give her Flawless. That was why I gave her this one. But if I had to choose, I would choose Heartless.
I think I'm still going to continue the rest of it, is the thing.
You should, because Heartless is really good. And, like, skip over the spice if you don't like it. Just, like, ignore that.
I mean, that's what I pretty much ended up doing, yeah. I feel like I'll read the first scene and then the subsequent scene after I'll be like, okay. Plus, like, the settings funks, these are in, like, the West Coast Canada. So it's cool. Yeah.
So it's really nice. And I think you'll like Heartless. Heartless is really good.
Okay.
Heartless, Powerless, and Reckless, I think is really good. Hopeless, again. Hopeless and Flawless were a 4 for me, and the other 3 were a 5 stars. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm hoping too.
Guys, we already started off bad. I'm kind of scared now.
Okay, what do you guys see? Okay, so actually, this was actually the last book that I finished that you guys saw, Love Redesigned.
Are we doing this in order of your rating? Because I thought she would hate this book the most because she kept saying she hated it while reading. But I feel like we're doing this in order now, so should I be smart? I'm gonna go low for this. I'm gonna say 3.
Okay, you got this one right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not going in order. Just checking.
The worst part about this one is that it was just dragging in the middle for me.
Okay.
That was the main problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
you
just
didn't like their
there's
like
a lot.
love story?
I did, but I think one opinion I had for this one was that I kind of wish we had flashbacks or dual timeline.
Of the okay,
Little. Like
I
they kept
see that.
mentioning like when they knew each other from high school and especially in college too, and like they'd kissed before. I kind of would have liked to have gone back. Maybe that would have made the middle more interesting. Because we were like just all in the present timeline, and I'm like, can we fast forward a little bit? I just want to like get to like the next good part.
But I was right. You did like Flawless more than this. Interesting. But would you say this was as spicy as Flawless?
Yeah, they were almost about the same. Or maybe this one even felt a little less just because the book was longer. Because this was over 500 pages.
Yeah.
So like a lot more happened.
Yeah, I agree. No, Lauren Asher writes long books, which is why I feel like some people, even I think that happens with Lucy Score also, why some people are like, romance books should not be so long. But I honestly, I love her stories. I love her writing. And again, in this, my favorite is the second one. So if you do decide to continue, the second one is really good. So if you want to. But yeah, I mean, I can understand you feeling like it was long. But I actually thought you would like this more than Flawless for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it started dragging, but yeah, I just wasn't enjoying all the side plots. But I feel like up until a certain point, I was enjoying the romance.
Okay.
I didn't like the two of them, or two characters in this.
You didn't like them?
Oh, I did like them.
Oh, you did like them. Okay.
I like both of them.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah. And then last book we're gonna talk about right now is Once Upon a Broken Heart. So
I think this is the star of the show for her. I really think she liked this the best because I got like updates while she was reading it and I think she really liked it. I'm gonna go, I feel like I'm more generous in giving stars than you are, so I'm gonna go 4.
Yeah, I
Four?
gave this one 4 stars. Yeah.
Nice.
For this one, the only issue we had was just that it's like very YA like sounding writing, but I kind of expected that because everything knew that going in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really surprising, but yeah, otherwise this one was really good. I need to continue.
Yeah, me too. I haven't read the next
Yes.
2 either. But yeah, and did you know there's like a 4th book or something coming out this year? I saw like the cover reveal and I was so excited.
I heard. Is it a spin-off or what was it?
I have no
like,
clue. I have no clue. I didn't go into it, but I just saw like a cover. But yeah, I thought she would like this because 1, it's YA, so there's no spice. And 2, it just seemed like so fairy tale-ish, you know, that the whole like the scene and everything. I just thought that you would like that. And I know you're not like a hardcore fantasy reader, so I thought this might be like a nice, you know, cutesy fancy for you to read.
Yeah, it's like whimsical, easy to read. She like describes things really well.
Yeah.
So you like see everything.
But I'm so happy you like this book.
Yeah, and actually if we're lucky, maybe we'll read The Ballad of Never After together.
Yeah, we should. We
we
definitely
might
should.
read, so.
And I like her. Evangeline is so cute. The main character. I really like her. She's not like your normal fantasy, like the crazy, you know, I can do anything strong women. She's kind of like cutesy.
Yeah, the typical,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think that's why
like
I like this too.
Yay!
Yeah. So, okay, there you go, guys.
Okay, so that wasn't that bad. I mean, I expected much worse. It was a little bad, but it was okay.
Yeah, maybe I should have realized from when we filmed before too that you're a little more generous than ratings.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit picky.
Yeah, I'm very generous. I am very generous. See, at least I gave her nice books. I could have been really bad and given her a dark romance, and then she would have been like, "Oh my god, this is just spice."
That's what I was predicting was originally going to happen, but then yeah, she went easy on me.
Yes, I went very easy on her. I just introduced her to cowboy romance, which I think which I think everyone should read. So
yeah, which is good because I've been wanting to get to that anyways.
Yeah.
So now I finally did.
Yay! Yeah. And now you can read more Elsie Silver. You can read like the Wild Love series, Rose Hill series. Yeah. I think now she'll go on a spice break and not read any spice for some time. The complete opposite of me.
You know what's so funny that happened? You know the arc I was telling you?
Yeah.
I started. It's literally set in like, I don't know if you know like Joseon era, but like it's like 1800s. So like they don't even like brush hair. As in like this type of romance. I was like, whoa, it's like this is so great.
It's exactly what you needed after I put you through these.
Yeah, like I'm reading it and it's just like looking. They're not even touching him. Like this is great. Yeah.
This is exactly what you need.
Yeah.
The yearning through the eyes and looks.
Yeah. Before I forget, you guys aren't subscribed to Keertana, you should go and do that. And we also did a video on her channel where, again, I picked what she read. I'll link that for you guys as well, so you can make sure to go and watch that and see what you thought.
It's completely spice-free picks. You should check it out. It might be fun.
I guess if that's what you like, or if you guys, just want to see. And that is where we're going to end today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing me pick up some different books. Let me know in the comments what is one book you would recommend to me, and maybe at some point it will end up in a future video. Again, make sure to go and subscribe to Keertana if you haven't already. I will also link the video that we did on her channel so you guys can go watch what I picked for her to read. And if you're somehow new here and this is the first video you have clicked on, hello and welcome to the Fully Booked family. And if you haven't already, make sure to go and subscribe to this channel. I am still uploading podcast episodes every other Tuesday, as well as these types of random vlogs and videos. So you'll definitely want to be notified every time I upload. Having said all that, I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.